2 weeks into a season is generally too early to put too much thought into a team's record or postseason potential. However, it does not stop fans from trying. Coming into the game on April 18, 2025, the Diamondbacks and Cubs found themselves in similar situations, with fans feeling cautiously optimistic off the heels of the previous seasons. In 2023, the D-backs made a miraculous push to the World Series. Although they would come up short, fans could not have felt better about the state of the team with major offseason signings heading into the next season. In 2024, the D-backs would go on to miss the playoffs by one game, due in large part to a bullpen that struggled holding leads into the late innings of games. Coming into the 2025 season, D-backs fans watched the first couple of weeks with bated breath to see if this season would be a repeat of the last, or if the team would step up and find the magic of 2023 again. On the other hand, the Cubbies found themselves with disappointing finishes the past couple of seasons, missing the playoffs by one game in 2023 and missing the playoffs by 6 games in 2024. Both teams, fresh into a new year, came into this series looking to capture momentum early in order to get their seasons started off on the right foot. Off to a rather hot start on the season, Carson Kelly came to the plate against the newly signed D-backs pitcher, Corbin Burnes. With a runner on second, Carson Kelly cracked the game open with a 2-out, 2-run homer in the bottom of the second to make it a 2-0 game. Kelly was no stranger to the D-backs, as he was lumped in with a few other prospects in a disappointing trade for D-backs great Paul Goldschmidt. Goldschmidt spent a total of 8 years in the desert. He was a 6-time All-Star, second in franchise history for home runs, and is the all-time WAR leader among D-backs. Unfortunately for Kelly and the other prospects received in this trade, the D-backs never got what they needed from it to make it worth giving up their franchise player. A rant about Paul Goldschmidt aside, the next few innings of this game held relatively little action until Corbin Carroll hit a 2-out single to score Gabby Moreno to make it a 2-1 game. Despite the early home run surrendered, Corbin Burnes turned in a fantastic outing, looking for his first win in a Snakes uniform. He threw 6 innings while only allowing 2 runs. In a turn D-backs fans were all too familiar with, Ryan Nelson came in to throw the 7th inning and quickly found himself in a bases-loaded jam with 1 out. Ian Happ would step up to the plate and put this game seemingly out of reach for the Diamondbacks with a grand slam, making the score 6-1. After another run scored in the 7th, the D-backs would need a miracle to bring this game back. The D-backs would come up in the top of the 8th, stringing 3 singles together right away to load the bases for Eugenio Suarez. Suarez came into this at-bat on a terribly cold stretch, batting just 5 for 52 over his previous at-bats. In a dramatic turn of events, Suarez would get a hold of a fastball that caught too much plate.
The air where it goes! We know! It's Gino, and it's gone for a groove!
This swing brought the game right back into striking distance for the D-backs. A grand slam, making the score 7-5. The D-backs would continue to rally, and after a single by Geraldo Perdomo to score another run, and a 2-out error hit by Randall Grichuk in his second at-bat of the inning, the D-backs found themselves with an 8-7 lead in the 8th. For safe measure, Lourdes Gurriel Jr. came up and hit a 3-run homer to give the D-backs a commanding 11-7 lead headed into the bottom of the 8th. The D-backs had found themselves coming into this inning with just a .6 chance of winning, and somehow had found a way to snatch this game right from the jaws of defeat. Or so they thought. The bottom of the 8th inning started off with a hit batter and a 4-pitch walk, which was not something that D-backs fans wanted to see after such an electric inning. With no outs and runners on first and second, Carson Kelly came to the plate and hit his second home run of the game to bring the Cubs back within a run of the D-backs.
Ball out towards left center field. That one back on his way, and it's gone! Here we go. Carson Kelly have a day!
Once again, D-backs fans felt themselves shaking watching the game rest on the shoulders of the bullpen. Ian Happ stepped into the box again and delivered a 1-out single to bring up Kyle Tucker to the plate. Tucker, the Cubs' biggest offseason acquisition, stepped into the box on the first pitch that he saw and hit a 2-run home run to give the Cubs a 1-run lead. In a move reminiscent of Gurriel's just a half inning earlier, Seiya Suzuki delivered an insurance homer to seal the Cubbies' lead at 13-11. Ryan Presley would come into the game in the top of the 9th and stifle any dreams of another D-backs comeback in just 7 pitches. Coming into the bottom of the 8th, the D-backs had managed to swing the win probability from a 0.6% chance of winning to a 95.9% chance of winning. Despite this fact, the Cubs came right back and snatched this game from the jaws of defeat, leaving D-backs fans with just one thought as they turned the TV off that day. If we miss the playoffs by one game, this will be the one that hurts the most.